Let's go. What's up, bro? We got a podcast in the metaverse, bro.
Yeah. Who knew that this is what it was all building up to through the entire first season? And now we are here kicking off season 2 with all of you guys, a live studio audience.
Let's go. Every Tuesday.
A podcast. We didn't even know what was happening. We were 15 episodes into this.
It seems to be helping and impacting a lot of people. We'll see you every Tuesday on the MetaVerse podcast. Peace.
I don't know why I chuck deuces. Like I don't chuck deuces. What was that?
Boom. Okay.
Oh, that music is a vibe. I don't know what it is. It gets me going. Gets the blood pumping. Gets me excited.
Dude, what's funny is you see we've changed our PNG JPEG, but I'm like, man, I like that music so much. I know it's time for a new intro video, but man, I just like that vibe of the music. So
I don't know. I think it's good.
Indeed.
You know, when it gets to a point where, you know, like in the 80s had all the electronic music, and then it got to a point where it was like, it doesn't sound new and fresh. Like that sounds fresh. It sounds current. So I think
Indeed, dude. So thanks everybody. If you don't know, this is the man with the plan in the metaverse. He's got probably one of the most visited onboarded worlds in the metaverse.
As far as onboarding, maybe I don't know about most visited.
Yeah.
Action Island is crushing it. Soapstone's crushing it. You know.
Yeah, indeed.
But for onboarding, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so if you are new to the metaverse, or if you just are about to join in on the metaverse, y'all need to go check out Oculus 410 in his world. Dude, but that's not the only world you have. You have actually more than that. But just talk about your worlds real quick.
Man, so I've collaborated on, I don't even know how many. It used to show you how many you collaborated on, and then it made me feel kind of weird because I don't remember collaborating on that many. But built by myself, I think I'm in like 20 worlds that are just, and when I say by myself, I'm just the creator. I hit that click new world button. That's about the extent of it. All of my worlds are collaborations. I mean, I've been talking about it since day one. Without collaboration, a lot of these worlds would be just so much different. A lot of that energy, a lot of that magic that makes it special, it just wouldn't be the same. So, and that's not saying anything against people who are like out there creating on their own. That I've seen some amazing stuff, but collaboration really does take it to another level.
As Aaron the Great would say, collaboration. That's what's up, Kimberly?
Did
How
he
you
add
doing?
in there?
Kimberly Ann is in the building. Of course, the Sturmster
Hey.
is in the building. I know everybody has the question is, where is Aaron? Aaron is still out on vacation, hanging out in Hawaii. So I figured, man, in celebrating what in the world Aaron is doing, we'll play a game. And this game is old school. I used to love these magazines growing up. Where's Waldo? Did you ever play Where's Waldo?
Did you say magazines? I thought they were books.
No, so they would show some pictures in a Where's Waldo picture in a magazine.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Magazines.
Yes, sir.
What do you know?
So here you go. What let's play right quick, man. If you don't mind. Boom.
Ooh.
All right. Where's Waldo, brother?
Are we looking for Aaron? Or are we looking for Waldo?
Both. All right, here you go. You got 20 seconds. 19.
Oh, be over here.
18. 17. 16.
You counting up for me or for the
for you. You got to
find
him, man.
It's like 10 seconds. This is my game.
Okay.
He got the blue awning. He right above the blue awning.
Let's go.
I lived Where's Waldo. Let me tell you a funny fact about me. I love useless facts, and that was kind of how I got my start in the plaza, trying to welcome people with those door openers, asking people, tell me a useless fact about yourself, or a useless fact that you know, and got so many like weird but true facts.
Yeah.
Where's Waldo was like one of 2 books that I read consistently, and they're not books. Like there's no words. I did a book report in grade school on a Garfield book, and you know Garfield used to just have like one page of like a joke, and every page was a new joke. I did a book report on Garfield in grade school, and my teacher and now this is Catholic school, like private school. My teacher not only was very deeply disappointed, but I had a parent teacher conference. I had a note home. I had to stay after class. I had detention. Like I got the whole gamut, all because I did a book report on Garfield. So tell me you can do anything you put your mind to, except for book report on Garfield. You're not gonna pass.
Oh, that's great. So, dude, you a beast then. So this one is let's go real. There you go.
All right. So if this is for me, I might have read this one before. Boom, got him. Another blue awning.
Yeah, let's go.
You gotta get him out that awning. I think you just zoomed up. You didn't even give me a new. You just zoomed up. Next one's gonna be zoomed this way. Go ahead.
I actually made this. I actually made these easy. I didn't know that this was your jam. So
mirror the next one. I'll pretend.
Two more. One super easy one. Boom.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
All right, let me try it this way. How many seconds I got left?
That's hysterical. That was too easy. All right. Now this one might be a little bit more difficult. All right, ready?
Let's get it.
And boom! There he is.
That's not him. That's not him.
That is hysterical.
You're gonna have to find Oculos. That's not Waldo.
That's funny.
I had to look around and see if I had a blue awning anywhere. Right?
If you did, that would have just took it to a whole nother level.
Dude, let's see what kind of. I'm gonna give you a solo. Where are you? Look at that background, bro. Wow.
Yeah, the sun's coming up here in Hawaii. Yeah, we're in this little spot in the wilderness, kind of, and it's kind of nice. You might hear the birds chirping in the background. They're all waking up. It's all right. But I am super happy to be here with you guys. Man, I was thinking about how great is my life? How great is the group of people that I get to hang out with? That I'm sitting here in a little corner of paradise, and I just can't wait to get back and be hanging out with all of you guys. So thank you guys for being who you are, because this is it's incredible to be sitting here missing you.
Oh, I think we miss him too. What do you think?
Yeah, getting off. Fuzzy. Yeah.
Is it a sigh of relief to have a business in the metaverse that you can walk away from and literally leave continental US and not worry? Or are you worried? Is there a worry?
You know, it's been interesting because like this has definitely been the longest period of time that I've been out of headset since I put it on, a year and a half ago or whatever. But I've had an extreme sense of confidence in the team. You said that magic word, collaboration.
There it is, collaboration.
And I'll tell you, the number of people that wholeheartedly collaborate in the Soapstone is huge, and they're top notch people. So yeah, I mean, things are going well. Arguably things may be going better without me sticking my nose in, and so it's really cool to be able to unplug. I've thrown my headset on this past Friday and the Friday before just to come in and republish, but Ace the Bass, like that dude, I mean, should be Ace the Beast, because like he's so good, so on it, so dependable, so consistent. And so I've been able to just come in and then confirm everything's right, which it's always right, and then hit publish.
So let me ask you a real question.
Yeah.
And this is just brother to brother. So most of us who frequent the metaverse, this thing can be hard to get away from, because of its addictive nature. So my question to you is, you jumping on, is it because you need to make sure things are right? Or is it because you just addicted to it and can't get away from it?
So, here's the thing that I love about when we connect like this, because Jason, you're not shy, you're not scared to throw out a heavy hitting question. Because I mean, here's the deal. I've got addiction in my past, and that's something that I've got to be real about and got to be careful about. Right. And there are, when you put that headset on and you come in and you create and people respond to that creation, when you come in and you connect with people and you form those relationships, there's dopamine hits that you're constantly getting in your brain, and it can be addictive. It's very real. Now, the reason I've been jumping on is because every Friday we republish, and as the world creator, I'm the only person that has the ability to click that republish button. So for me, it's been pretty much in and out, and I've been very intentional about having time away from the metaverse, even though I enjoy it. So yeah, that's a great question, and there is risk of that, but I think I've done a good job of setting up boundaries and adhering to those boundaries to make sure that I keep my life in balance.
That's good. And one thing as your brother, I'm always concerned looking out for how you love on your wife. So I'm like, you need to no, dude, go, be free, go get on that ATV.
It's important. It's important to have a strong relationship. Like we're sitting here in this like efficiency unit place here, and so she's right over there, and it's just after 6 a.m. And I'm like, and at about 5:30, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna flip all the lights on and do the World MetaVerse show, and she's like, you know what, go for it.
Yeah. She like, leave me alone, please.
Yeah. She won't be making
me and you on an island.
Chances.
I need you to get on this metaverse to give me some peace.
Yeah. She asked me too. She's like, hey, do you want to close like the windows or anything? The door.
Look at that. I need. Hold up. I need to go to give you a solo shot on there. Look at that, bro.
You know what? We're gonna step outside. Just a minute, because this is pretty cool. Here's the close up.
He's going outside. This is a place where we don't venture often.
Wow.
So yeah, we started off.
Whoa.
Yeah, we started off in this pretty fancy resort thing. We had some.
That's a low roof too, brother. Because
yeah, we started off in this Marriott resort because we had a bunch of points to use up. You guys are off screen now if you want to come back.
There's a better view going in the background, so
yeah, right.
But yeah, and that was pretty cool in its own way. But now we're in kind of this this little hut in the middle of nowhere, and it's this is more our speed. Getting up and having a cup of coffee on the lanai out there.
Yeah, I'll say that's more enjoyable.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Man,
so on getting back to you popping in the metaverse, I was shocked I don't know if it was last week when we hopped in and just saw you in the soapstone. Just like, dude, what are you doing here? You're like, yeah, I just came in to republish. And how you still stayed back. But that shows consistency, my brother.
Thank you. Yeah, it's it would be very, very easy to get swept away. And Oculus and Jason both, all three of us have seen people that get swept away. And the issue is when you get overly involved, overly dependent, it always crashes. Like the people that don't have the balance end up having a short time in Horizon Worlds. It's and again that applies to anything.
I think at its core, consistency. Some people relate consistency to not changing, and we have to change. We have to evolve, and we have to grow, and that's something that people kind of get stuck on. Is that I don't think I want to change because then it's not going to be true to who I am. And that's not the case at all. We're constantly changing.
Dude, wow, that is a nugget right there. Consistency does not mean.
It's like my friend Jason Earls always says, consistency
is the root of a good cup of coffee.
You got to zoom out and then you get it magnified. I didn't get to misquote him during the show on Friday, so had to throw it in today. Where are you? In the morning.
That's funny, man. Say that again. I'm typing because I'm about to.
He
put
over
some
here
notes
doing
on
his
this.
taxes late. We got you.
He's
Consistent.
doing his taxes.
No, it's the
Hold on.
consistency. People mistake for not changing to just stay the same because they're worried that it's going to appear as though that they're not being true to themselves and that they're not delivering the same thing over and over again. And for me, consistency is all about growth. It's about change when it applies to where the root of who I am and what I'm doing. So consistency means a lot more than just staying the same. If anything, it doesn't mean staying the same when it comes to people. I think consistency with people is more of, on brand, who you are, your core values.
Yeah. Well, consistency does not mean stagnation. It's yeah, it means consistently moving forward. Or I mean, I guess you could be consistently stagnant. It's just not good.
If that's your brand, I mean,
Consistency is a lot more than staying the same. Boom. Like my good friend Jason always says about what my good friend Oculus 410 always says. When you
Are
get
these comments coming from you,
overdependent,
Jason?
things will
There's no
crash.
names on these.
What you want the quote attribution?
No, I just thought maybe he was doing the what is it when you closed captioning? He's closed captioning the show. I think it's already on there on Facebook. You don't need to do it.
Man, I'm looking at some of these folks chiming in online, and man, it is so good to see you guys. Sturminator says, "Aloha, Kimberly."
I feel like I just hit a time machine. Are you pulling up the same comments we did at the beginning?
Probably.
All right, y'all. Welcome to the show. We're gonna find Waldo.
All right. I'll try to.
Like a box. 312. It's a box.
Oh, man.
No one quote me with that ever. I would never miss the live streams term. I would never. I'll ask about it just to clarify. To verify.
So, Aaron, dude, you missed a phenomenal, groundbreaking show, I guess we call it groundbreaking. Introduction of a groundbreaking show on Friday with our guest. So, yeah, let that sink in, calculate it. I know I said it like 3 different times, but our guest on this past Friday, man, we had Navicular and her squad, Oculus, and man, what was our other guest's name?
Alina 3.
Yeah, Alina 3, the coder, man. And dude, I was just blown away just about where this thing is going in terms of the medical metaverse.
That's right. Hashtag medical metaverse.
Dude, I'm just blown away. I'm about to give you a whole name, your government name. Hey, Calvin, go ahead and no.
Like my friend James Earls always says.
Right. Dude, people do that all the time, bro. People do that all the time.
Oh, Burn Buns, what's up?
Burn Buns.
What's up, man?
Yeah, he got the heart and the shades out. Or is that big eyes? I don't know.
Oculus, won't you give us the kind of synopsis of, since you are so involved in this world, man?
Oh, man. It's kind of funny because in the comments, Germ said he is everywhere. And I don't know if he's talking about me or maybe it was more on a spiritual level, whatever it may be he was talking about. But with House Call VR, I was introduced to it through Vidu, like most things that I came on early on through Lake. And Naviculara was looking for some feedback on the hub world that they were putting together for House Call VR. And for those who don't know what House Call VR is, they are basically a metaverse company that is trying to help educate I got the whole screen, trying to educate people on their own health and medical awareness and just basically raising more awareness to medical education. And I know when you hear that out loud, it's like, what's the difference between that and reading a paper from a doctor that's published, or getting a brochure from your doctor after you have a procedure done? And what's great about it is that in the metaverse, you can basically create whatever you want. And so House Call VR is creating these spaces where rather than just showing you an x-ray or on a model and saying, on this foot, this is where you're experiencing pain, and this is what you need to do and stretch in order to be able to help it heal. Well, this, you go into the metaverse and it's an entire world surrounding this education, and it makes you really excited about the content, but also it helps you understand better what's happening to you. And so being able to be a part of this, even from the beginning, just live streaming the events and hosting, to now helping with managing these projects, it's just a blessing to be at the very ground stages, like the very early stages of what's going to become the medical metaverse. I mean, it's impossible for this not to just explode into something huge one day. So House Call VR, you need to follow them on all social media, including LinkedIn, because what they have going on is just incredible.
So what we did was just kind of promote it, let everybody know what was coming up that evening on
Yes,
the walking through the brain and processing addiction. What's going on in your brain with addiction? How did that go, man?
So every one of these live stream / medical lectures continue to grow. The interest, the amount of people who are sharing the content, the people who show up in VR, people who are watching it, whether it's on Facebook or on YouTube or on LinkedIn, it's just growing every single time. And Linda, who is a co-creator of House Call VR, she's so passionate about sharing this information with people. It just becomes almost infectious to the point where you want to be a part of it. You want to be in the room. And when you're inside of the brain, learning how your brain is responding in just one simple area when it comes to addiction and dopamine, you're sucked in. You can't not want to watch it, and you're like asking for more. And they do the Q&As at the end that really get you a chance to apply what you're going through and get a little bit of context as to what it is that you're experiencing or where to best get help with whatever your questions are. So, I mean, it's just a wealth of information, and I love the fact that she's doing this for the sake of this community to get better educated on their health.
Yeah, so many people doing it. Like Sturm just said, Marvin Dominion has a world called The Facility is about Parkinson's disease. So Aaron, do you think being a dude all of us have some level of addiction that we have, but with you being one who struggled with alcohol addiction, do you think something like this would have helped you while you were in that, the early recovery stages?
Yeah, for sure. Like the more you understand where you're at, the easier it is to see the path out.
Yeah.
It's and there's physiological things that are going on. So there is a science behind it. There is information that can help people. That's not the whole equation. It's not like somebody can learn about addiction and then just be like, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
But understanding it, and then having a support group around you, and then going through, a healing and reconciliation process, it's all part of that recovery journey. And yeah, I mean, again, like there's, like I'm remembering back to one time prior to actually quitting drinking, when I held off on drinking for about 3 months, and then I remember that first sip of alcohol after that, and it was like fireworks were going off in my brain. Like physiologically, that alcohol was impacting me in a very, very powerful and dangerous way. It was just, again, talking about dopamine and endorphins, and just like a flood of just, really, really good, spectacular feelings, and again, that's very different than when somebody who hasn't struggled with addiction might have a glass of wine with dinner. They don't experience that same thing. And and again, that's all brain work. That's all physiological stuff that is happening.
So what is it that causes your hair to look like that currently? Like that's just a different. I don't know. It's like he's.
Everybody makes poor choices in life, and I.
So if anybody wants this due, the key to it is swim in the ocean a little bit on the day before, and then sleep, and then get up and jump right on the podcast.
That's great. Hey, let's go to Luann Butler's comment. That first comment, she says, I work in child protection, and I can easily see how it would help family members and even youth. But then Wanda asked this question. Wanda says, so you think you replace the alcohol addiction to VR addiction? You kind of.
Yeah, so that's interesting. But there was a phase in between there, like comedy, like and Jason, this, like the endorphin rush of being on a stage and bringing a whole group of people together, laughing together, where you're the focal point, and that's an endorphin flood like no other,
Bro, I'm on my first time hearing 14,000 people laugh on stage at a joke I told.
Oh man, boom! Like,
dude, yeah. I don't care. You're not ready for that. You're not. Yeah. I was no way I could be mentally prepared for 14,000 people.
Yeah.
Laughing hard at my jokes. The best way I can describe it is you in a surround sound. You in the room with the surround sound stereo up, and you tell a joke, and it's like one of those monsters. That like roar. That I was like, whoa.
In contrast, when I tell a joke at home and it's to my wife, I can hear a pin drop, and that surround sound of just deafening silence is the endorphin. Nope, that's not what I'm feeling. That's shame.
All right, let's. Burn Buns just wrote us the essay. We're gonna read.
Let's go.
Let's go. Lolly, can you bring that one up? There we go. It's fairly easy to find a doctor, but it's rather difficult to find people who are experiencing the same medical conditions. Being able to talk to a peer can sometimes be more enlightening than talking to a doctor. Horizon gives us a chance to find our peers and connect with them in a more personal way than anything I've ever tried. Including I was about to put a joke right there, not in the middle of this quote. I'm not going to do that. We have an incredible opportunity with this technology to tackle some of these problems we are struggling with.
Amen, Burn Buns.
Come on, burn it up, Burn.
Yeah. So Burn Buns is a special dude. Like, I mean, there's something about him.
Heart of gold.
Yeah. What'd you say? Solid gold?
Heart of gold. You agree, and then you're verifying.
Right.
That's a really cold. Really cold.
I trust you, but then I'm like, wait a minute.
Heart of gold.
Heart of gold for sure. Yeah, he's a dude that like it's just a genuine connection when you talk with Burn Buns. Like he's just present. He's just there. And yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah, medical education is great, but Burn Buns supports the community. Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean the way Oculo says, "Amen, Burn Buns." Yeah. But yeah, he's now I forgot what I was, but he has a heart of gold.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Meanwhile, while Jason's thinking of a way to say heart of gold, let's talk about. Now, shout out Burn Buns. He's a great dude. Seriously.
Yeah. Oh, I know what I was going to say, but what he talks about there, finding that community, which can happen in Horizon, like that piece of it, like our value as part of a community is irreplaceable by anything else. You can know and understand something, from front to back, but without that community around you, it doesn't mean a thing.
And I wanted to say something about when you were talking about getting through alcohol addiction, and one of the most important things that the most things that I heard in there was support. With any addiction, with any internal struggle that you're going through, having that support just makes it so much better. And when I talk about addiction, I know that the levels of addiction that are out there can vary to very severe types of addictions to very minor types of addictions. But overall, support really does help, where if you're alone and you feel alone, it's harder to get through it. And I love that you said that you had that support system along with being present and understanding where you were in order to get through it, because so many people feel alone. And in the metaverse, it's so easy to find people that either can be empathetic to your situation or can even relate to your situation. And that's why building community is so important to me.
Yeah, that's community is certainly. Oh, you know what, Juana, when she brought that up though, did I replace one addiction with another? And we talked a little bit about that rush that's involved with stand-up comedy, and we've talked about the dopamine release of being involved in the metaverse. You know, there's an important measure when you come into recovery, an important metric to kind of keep track of, and that's like the level of prioritization. Because when I was deep involved in alcohol addiction, alcohol would take the priority over everything else. And when I turned the page to, are you?
I think Jason's praying.
Oh, well, yeah.
I didn't want to be rude. I didn't know.
But when I turned that page and started pursuing recovery, what that didn't mean is that I could never experience anything fun again. What that didn't mean is that I could never get that shot of dopamine and have a sense of joy and success and anything else like that. You know, it didn't mean that. But what it did mean is I have to keep a close eye especially when those high intensity things are going on, to make sure that it's not taking priority, to make sure that I can step away and be removed for a 2-week period and just spend time with the most important person in my life, who is my wife, who's over there.
I knew she was
getting them points, brother. Build them up.
Yeah.
That's that crock pot, sir.
He's holding up a sign. Read it exactly how I wrote it.
You know,
you are
keeping those priorities in check. And in comedy, it's the same thing, you know, to make sure that doesn't become the driving force, the end all be all. So yeah, good things can still happen. We can still experience good things. But we have to be careful that it doesn't become the overarching priority.
How do you suggest that people watch out for those? What are those? What do they do? What do you do if you see those signs or you sense them in oneself? What does one do?
So it's very recognizable. And the way to recognize it is to think about this loop. If there's indulgence, followed by regret, followed by avoidance, followed by compromise, and then right back to like overindulgence. If that loop is happening, then there's likely an issue.
Give it to me again. Indulgence, regret, avoidance. And what's the other one? You can't
compromise.
Compromise.
And then indulgence again.
Where'd you learn that? That doesn't sound like you kind of made that up. That sounds like something that's, you know, well shared. And
so I don't know. I think I might have made that up. So I mean, it's possible that like I heard bits and pieces of it.
Okay.
But that cycle itself, you know, I'm not taking credit for it, but it's so. But I don't know where it came up. It could have been a couple of different.
I'm trying not to laugh, and Jason is just ruining it for me. It is such a genuine message, and I was like, "That's really good advice. Where did you hear it?"
You can't come up with anything genuine, Aaron.
You're right. It's out there, like so. For the record, I do not think I came up with that myself. I just can't remember it.
Well, you repeated it.
Maybe I tweaked it a little bit or something, but you know, somebody will look it up and find it.
Yeah, maybe I did that up.
Yeah.
That vicious cycle from my man Jay Dunn. Vicious cycle.
Here we go.
Yes.
Very much.
Got.
Yeah.
So nobody's gonna read it out loud. Okay.
I will. I quit drinking. This is from Burn Buns here. I quit drinking when I joined Horizon. It's been over 2 years and I feel great. Yeah. Yeah. I have to say, I feel afraid of losing Horizon. Not like an addiction, but for the support I get with all these amazing peers. I just have never grown so much. I'm a better person because I joined the Horizon community. What?
Wow.
Man,
Wait, put that up. I need to screenshot that, please.
Yeah,
Put that
yeah.
up, please.
Yes.
I am a better father because of this community.
Man.
You just can't argue with that kind of thing. Amen.
Jeez.
You know, I met Burn Buns early on, and when I first met him, he was immediately such a genuine and great person. And I saw that from day one. And just watching the growth, because I used to attend these, I think they were on Wednesdays in the afternoons. It was Vibe with Verka. We would open up about things just happening in the physical world, just to kind of get it out there and relate to each other. And Burn Buns and I attended those quite frequently. And just seeing the change in the positivity in Burn Buns and the amount of support that he's received over this time, along with so many others, like, it's just so great to see that this space is impacting people positively. And even though we are talking about addiction and did you replace one with the other and giving yourself the permission to enjoy things without overindulging, I think it's really important for people to really understand it's not escaping the real world. It's not addiction if you're just enjoying it as something to kind of what's the word, to, I don't have the word, but something to complement what's already going on in your life. That's another positive thing.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
Congrats, Burn Buns. Congrats.
Absolutely. And Lala D says this: people who participate in what Horizon has to offer really feel the love and support. That is indeed. And that's why you should always tune into Good Morning Soapstone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
And every Wednesday. And I don't know who tomorrow. I don't know who the guest is tomorrow.
It's not me this time. See someone else. Good Morning Soapstone.
Yeah, I'm sure Lolly will put it in the comments. If not, she has an amazing living room that she shows in her profile that she can talk out of scene from the kitchen. She'll be in the kitchen while she's talking in the living room. So as soon as she's ready to do that, I guess we'll do that for her. But guys, we gotta have a hard out at 11:40. We're 20 minutes till 12:40, or if you are in Hawaii, 7:40. So it's 6:40.
6:40. Yeah.
6:40. Yeah.
So we got 4 minutes to do anything we want with.
Absolutely. Let's good morning, Soapstone. Woody is our guest.
Yes.
Hey. Life. Let's go. There'll be some great stories there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, I got to tell you guys, it's really good to connect with both of you. Lolly, it's great to see you backstage. And before, when you came out with the camera fun and everything, can we bring her out, see how her camera's doing?
Let's see. Oh, there she is right there.
It's a little weird over here. That's okay.
Yeah. I think if you wear a green shirt next time, it comes through perfectly. Yeah. Just try it.
Yeah, then I'd just be a floating head or something. I don't know.
Paint your hair green. That would be amazing.
Oh God. Yeah, you guys just have to bring me out just so that I have to for sure take a shower and put my makeup on.
Yeah. I don't know. Showers are kind of optional, I think. That's
makeup.
Not for me. Not for me. And then I still have this nice ghostly white screen effect that's just amazing with my white hair. I just love it. But so can we? I don't need to be here.
All right. Well, Ollie, appreciate you. And of course, I'm looking forward to next week being back in VR, connecting with people and all the wonderful things that happen each and every week, like we've been talking about here.
Yeah, just to circle back to consistency. In the last 2 years of Horizon and just in the last year and a half of being out of beta, the consistent thing in Horizon has been the community. Even though the people have come and gone, people have joined and created new spaces. Overall, the feeling is just so much different in this community than any other metaverse spaces. I've explored a couple other metaverse spaces just to kind of see what the onboarding feels like, how the community welcomes new people, and it's just not even close. And I could go anywhere in Horizon practically and just meet people. People are willing to welcome you in, get to know you, go and explore new worlds with you, or take you into a comedy club and tell jokes on stage without your permission. I mean, it's just so many things to do. I mean, push towards the spotlight, I think it's called.
That's hysterical.
Indeed. All right, guys. Well, I will be back here next Tuesday officially. My background's not going to look quite as cool, but
just step out of the way and take a picture, and then we'll just
one question.
Yeah.
Did the suspenders make it to Hawaii?
So I brought them. I haven't worn them. Actually, no, I did wear them one day. One night we went out to dinner and I wore them.
But everybody else was wearing them, and you didn't want to kind of feel like you were copying them as like a tourist.
Yeah, like it's surprising.
He wore suspenders with a little skirts. Those
yeah. How else am I going to hold up that grass skirt? Oh man, good stuff. Well, thank you everybody for helping kick off this amazing morning. Today's gonna be a good day, not just here but everywhere. Thank you all for being a part of the Well Metaverse show. Jason, you want to sign us off with something cool?
I was just gonna say it's afternoon, bro. It's afternoon. So
whatever.
Yeah.
I'm on island time.
Absolutely. Absolutely, y'all. Thanks so much, and thanks to Oculus for hanging out with us as always. Mr. Consistent, super dependable, and so make sure you visit his world, Horizon World Tours, and see us tomorrow at Good Morning Soapstone. And this Friday at Well Metaverse, Jason Earls Productions. We'll see y'all. Peace. I don't know why Chunk deuces. And